that this has basically very little to do with scrutiny. It has to do with the fact that we know that most of these MPs are doing this to thwart Brexit altogether. Because if Nigel Farage is right, and I did take him to task on this, he says 95% of the withdrawal agreement is exactly the same as it was before. So only 5% has changed. So in that case, MPs have had, 6 months to scrutinise 95% of the withdrawal agreement. Why do they need another 3 months to do it?
So do you think 500 pages of document should not be just read, should just be accepted?
Well, I just told you, 585 pages this is.
Ian, so you still have to read that document, Ian. You still have to go through it, because we put people in a position in Parliament, to make decisions on our behalf in the best interest of the country and their constituents, And if people see that Boris Johnson and his cabinet removed from a legally binding part of a document a workers' rights and put it into non-legally binding, you should ask yourself a question: why did he do this? We have a prime minister who constantly lies to us, make U-turns and stuff. So how can Parliament trust prime minister? So people frustrated with
why stick at 3 months extension? Why not do 6 months or 9 months? Or hey, why not do in perpetuity? Then you could have all the time to scrutinise it that you like.
Ian, exactly. The thing is, we come back to the main point. The point is, Ian, that to unpick 40 years of integration and close relationship with our closest partners takes time. It's like
you don't think 3.5 years. You don't think 3.5 years is enough time to work out how to do that?
Well, unfortunately, Ian, is when Donald Tusk said that those who didn't have a plan for Brexit when they asked people to vote for Brexit deserve their special place in hell. He was right. And those on the Brexit side, the voters, should aim their anger at Brexiteers, those liars and conmen who sold them unicorns.
I'll tell you who they should aim their anger at.
They knew they were lying. They knew they were lying. And if I remain,
if you say the word lie once more, I think we can do a bit of better public discourse than that, don't you?
Ian,
you say the word lie, whereas people were offering their opinion during the campaign, because you can't base everything on things that you know, because there are lots of things that you cannot know about the future.
Of course, you cannot know, but you can't promise people something's going to be better if you know they won't be better. And the thing is,
I don't believe anyone did that. I believe people argued for Brexit, believing that it would be better. Why else would they do that? Why would they argue for something that they knew, to use your word, would be worse?
There are a number of reasons. Those who are on the Brexit side had a number of reasons. They're delivering Brexit not for 17.4 million people who voted for it, or those who they managed to con. They're voting for those people who are the rich backers, who are desperately trying to avoid EU law coming on tax avoidance in 2020.
God, I'm so sick of listening to this utter rubbish.
If you guys
listen, I probably know more about Brexiteers' motivations than you do. I probably know more of these people that you're talking about than you do. I don't know a single one of them who would have advocated Brexit or believed in Brexit because they wanted to please their rich paymasters, or whatever you like to call them. You're talking utter rubbish.
No, maybe not all of them, Ian. Some of them are genuinely deluded. And the thing is, what I'm trying to say, Ian, if you and your Brexiteers came to us and said, guys,
go on, name names. Who are these people that you're talking about?
Well, there are people who live in abroad, keeping their money offshore, and you know them people who they are.
Who
and
are
you can
they?
research your stuff as a journalist. Yeah.
Who are
they?
Going to
be naming names now on live radio.
No, because you don't have any. You're trying to slander people for no valid reason at all.
Absolutely not, Ian. If you and your side Brexiteers came to us with a deal which make this country richer, better, then we would go along with it.
Well, you see, you are obsessed. You are obsessed by money. A lot of Brexiteers did not vote for Brexit because of any economic reason at all. They voted for Brexit for non-economic reasons. And if you said to a lot of people on the Brexit side of the argument, well, GDP will be 1% lower than it might have been otherwise, they will say to you, well, that's okay because we have the compensation that we actually have proper democracy in this country.
Well, some people couldn't care less. Some people are prepared to eat grass just to kick foreigners out and get their hands on blue passports.
Oh, do you know what, Peter? I'm fed up with talking to you when you utter absolute rubbish like that, and I suspect most of our listeners are as well.